Obesity. Is it taking over the world? A presentation brought to you by Sarah, and Aidan. It is no secret that obesity affects many individuals worldwide and is appearing to be increasingly worse. In 2016, the World Health Organization reported that more than 1.9 billion adults over the age of 18 were considered overweight and roughly 13% of adults were considered obese. Let us now focus in on our own home, Canada. According to Canadian Health Measures survey that was conducted in 2015, approximately 30%, slightly more than 1 in 3 adults are obese. To make matters worse, in the summer of 2017, Statistics Canada had reported that by the year of 2025, obesity rates are estimated to be around 34% of Canadians. It is estimated that this increase of obesity will cost our country $33.7 billion each year to treat the health conditions directly linked to obesity. So, what's next? How can this estimate be prevented? What is the solution to preventing and treating obesity? Well, in order to find an effective solution for chronic disease such as obesity, it is important to first determine its major risk factors. We have chosen to focus in on 2 of the major geographic-related causes of obesity among certain populations. 1, limited access to healthy food, and 2, limited access to facilities that promote physical activity. We believe that the solution of obesity can be found through the presentation of greater data and related studies and the use of location tracking to target areas that are in need. The first article found in support of our solution investigated the evolution of food deserts in a Canadian city. It suggests that it is the urbanization of grocery stores that have caused what is referred to as food deserts, disadvantaged areas that have limited access to both affordable and healthy food items. The study tracks the growth of these food deserts through the use of a geographic information system. Cities of low SES have greater restricted food access due to spatial inequalities increasing over time. Number 2, in these food desert areas, the rate of obesity is often quite higher than what is seen in the population living in high SES areas. Number 3, the big data collected can be used to explain the link between a healthy diet and reduction of chronic disease. Majority of Canadians will choose to shop at local food retail stores as they carry a wide variety of fresh fruits and vegetables. When these stores close in poorer areas, the food desert results as people of low SES do not typically have access to a vehicle to go to a store further up. The population will then choose to shop for food at smaller convenience stores carrying less healthy options such as chips and pop, having negative effects on their health and weight. These findings are of great importance as researchers can use the big data and tracking of local supermarkets to develop a strategy for building healthier local stores for the population. Through targeting these specific areas, it is then hoped that this can and will reduce obesity rates over time and reduce the number of food deserts located in areas of low SES populations, increasing the health of populations worldwide.
Another study was researched in Hamilton, Ontario, and the study focused on the similarities between economic and nutritional variation seen within that city. The question the research focused on was, do food prices vary between 2 socioeconomically contrasting areas of the city? Does the cost and availability of food and food variation vary within the store of the type of area? And lastly, is healthier foods less available in 2 different areas? Studies found the differences between prices were not present between the supermarkets. The differences were seen in low-income socioeconomic areas that had more local corner stores were present, leading to less fresh fruit available, causing a negative influence on the public health. The lack of transportation in the low socioeconomic areas caused the only source of food consumption to be accessed at the corner stores. That provided less healthy options of fresh produce. Transportation is the number 1 problem when it comes to eating healthy and nutritional value items. So this leads to fewer healthy options at a much higher price. And the lack of healthy food options of low income leads to $1.8 billion in the healthcare system cost. Many options were discussed in order to prevent this problem, those such as taxing snack foods at a higher rate than healthier foods, but this later found out that this may reduce the amount of funds that are available to those in low-income situations, resulting in the problem not being solved. Programs were implemented downtown, and what happened was the government gave a grant tax to the supermarket outlets, allowing for affordable food in the downtown areas or areas of low transportation that occur in the Hamilton area. As well, the Good Food Box program that's based in Toronto was another effort they designed.
Although individual behaviors and attitudes towards physical activity may play a role in physical activity participation, it is also directly affected by a number of aspects in the built environment, such as urban sprawl and access to walking paths, trails, and sidewalks. Built environments can promote sedentary lifestyles. These are known as obesogenic environments. In Canada, higher rates of obesity have been found in rural populations than in urban populations. This may in part be due to the reliance on vehicles for transportation to destinations because of the lack of convenient destinations within walking distance. In contrast, supportive built environments can play a facilitating role in encouraging physical activity. For example, communities with a variety of destinations safely accessible by foot are associated with higher prevalence of walking to work. Research has also shown that individuals who can easily walk from home to commercial areas have increased levels of physical activity and lower BMI. When we look at the big data statistics from 2012 to 2013, approximately 40.8% of Canadian youth in the lowest income households were overweight or obese, compared with 26.1% of Canadians in high income households. This matters because low income families are at higher risk of becoming obese. Therefore, it is important to ask and understand the reasons why this is the case. Research suggests physical inactivity among low-income families is to blame. Income inequality is a multifaceted issue. However, when it comes to physical activity, the environment plays an important role in influencing an individual's decision to engage in healthy lifestyle behaviors. Availability and accessibility of recreational facilities, parks, and multi-use trails can increase physical activity participation. However, most low-income neighborhoods lack physical activity resources, or in most cases, individuals cannot afford to pay for these facilities. Research established that high SES neighborhoods contain more free physical activity resources than both low and medium SES neighborhoods. In addition, low SES neighborhoods had fewer recreational facilities for physical activity than high SES neighborhoods. This data can be used to raise the issue to policymakers in the community to take action and provide low-income communities with more access to areas that promote physical activity.